this amendment merely to voice support for the traditional definition of marriage. The case for marriage is based on the facts of biology and sociology. Marriage was not established to validate emotional and romantic love, sexual attraction, and the promise of commitment in heterosexual relationships. That conception of it is a modern luxury. Instead, marriage exists to solve a problem. That problem is a societal problem that arises from sex between men and women, but not from sex between partners of the same gender. That problem is what to do about its generativity. We all know that our success in this relates to every other societal problem we face: educational achievement gaps, socio-economic status, crime, substance abuse, depression, etc. A man and a woman who unite biologically may or may not have children, depending on factors beyond their control. But the point is that a same-sex couple cannot thus unite. Therefore, the state has no interest in regulating their relationships. The symbolic message of inclusion for same-sex couples in an institution that makes no sense for them would be coupled with another message: that marriage is about the desires of adults rather than the interests of children. When adults bring children into the equation by adoption or by other means, they are covered in other parts of law and bring with them a host of unique and complex situations that require their own considerations. They are different from those for the biological offspring of a man and a woman. All of the sociological evidence on this issue has concluded that the best interests of children are, all things being equal, unequivocally realized within a family unit that features a man and a woman, a father and a mother. None of this means that same-sex couples, single people, or any arrangement of people can't be a family to a child and be capable of raising that child successfully. I should know. My name, Marilinda, was created in honor of Maria and Linda, two women who raised my wonderful mother. I certainly consider them to be a family, though it remains tragic that my mother did not have a father. But why should these loving, committed, emotionally attached, and supportive women who share their adult lives not enjoy all the alleged rights that a man and a woman as a married couple can? For me, it's simple. It's purely based on biology. They can raise a child, but they are biologically incapable of producing a child together. I don't have to tell you the nature of their personal relationship. As the state, it shouldn't concern you. Similarly, I don't have to tell you my sexual orientation, and there's no way you can prove what it is anyway. Your concern as a state and a society is with my gender-based reproductive capabilities when men are involved. Same-sex marriage allows for an unjustifiable distinction into law. The revisionist version of marriage excludes pairs of people who qualify for it in every way except for their lack of a romantic sexual relationship. It's illogical and invasive while completely missing the biologically specific point of marriage in the first place. The campaign for same-sex marriage, as evidenced by its immediate abandonment of civil unions, is primarily motivated by one specific benefit, and that is the symbolic statements by the government that committed same-sex relationships are equivalent to marriages. But with respect to the purposes of marriage, they're not equivalent, and so this psychic benefit cannot be granted without telling a lie about what marriage is and why a society and legal system should recognize and support it. Accusations on this subject about hate, intolerance, and bigotry are uncalled for and intolerant